Boys and girls. Okay, so tonight I've got a rather interesting bit of this build. I like to complain about it a lot because it's a lot of work, but I love doing it. It's just one of the nicer pieces to do on this train. So let me show you it. Right. From the factory, we have an SD40 1:29 scale USA Trains side frame. It is the right scale for our 124s because the SD40 is one hell of a big loco. So I was just lucky that the wheelbase worked out to within a millimeter of what it should be. However, slight little problems on it. The cylinders, for instance, the brake cylinders, are facing the wrong way and they just too small, and we have 3 and they only had 2, and little things like that. Also, the piping that they've got on here that runs there is very similar to ours, but it runs all the way around that side into the cylinder, which ours don't do. So you got to change this whole side frame. We have a funny little horn on the front of this frame. If you look at this picture here, you see that horn? You can see it on that one there. There's the horn. There's the horn big, yes. All right, so then what happens is, let's put this one side for now. Here's the side frame after I cut off the air cylinders, or the brake cylinders. And you gotta, you gotta swap them around that they face, towards the back. All the arms, the actuator arms need to face towards the back. Okay, so that's the one point. And then ours is slightly bigger because of the scale. The air cylinder actually becomes slightly bigger. Then one of the bastard things that I don't like much doing are the sandpipes. See, there are the sandpipes, and there are that distribution block in the front, which is on our reference pictures, the ones here. All right. So you cannot do these with a loop to the front like the real ones, because we have the coupler pocket in the way and a good couple of other things. And you got to mount them on the engine, on the block, on the motor block. Because if you do them on the chassis like I did the first ones, you will always have a problem at the track that they get in the way of something, or you manhandle them and you move it, or you bend them. Yeah, they're nice and safe. They sit on the block. They move with the block. It's lovely. Okay, so I mentioned to you last night that we have the interconnection of the 2 bogies. These brackets at the back here simulates that, all right, which is obviously not on these. On these, they do it just like that. There's just a little printed piece there that I cut off. Okay, so I do these out of brass, which starts like a little pliky like this, and then you bend it and move it with a hammer until it looks like this, and then finally it gets glued on there like that. There's a little support that comes on your little triangle. Those I'll do last. So then you have to obviously change your cylinders and all that. Now look how pretty this is. And I can only do one a day because this is one hell of a job. You need to remember that to do these, you got to drill a little hole into this resin printed cylinder. You got to cut wire that does the arm there. You got to make the little bracket there. See that little bracket there where that arm goes into. Now, I've never done it like this before. But, as I said to you before, I want to see how far I can push this thing. So that is your basic side frame then, like I've said before, it will make a hell of a lot of sense once it is obviously painted. Now, the wheels and stuff will get painted, the whole motor block will get painted when we get there. I just take these off again and then paint the wheels, because you can see they're masked already. And then once that's painted, you paint the side frame separately and pop them on. Now, there's another little slight problem. In the beginning, or like that other dude said, in the beginning, I used to glue these on. I used to sand these down and then glue them on there. All right? And they broke off, obviously. So each and every one of these now gets two. You'll see there's a pip on it at the bottom. That sits towards the bottom. So this side there, 2 holes get drilled into it, 1 millimeter holes, and the brass wire goes in there, or the copper wire goes in there, and then you drill 2 holes there. But then you can hang on these; they will not break. You can fucking stack. You will not break them off or move them. You can actually bend them that they stand like it, but they won't break off, which is what you want. Because you guys got to remember, whenever you build one like this, the first thing that gets in the damn way when you pick it up is the motor block. And people tend to grab it like this, or grab over the body and grab and press here and carry on, and that, you break stuff off. So you need this to be very, very strong. Our good friend, our good friend, the optical illusion. There, you see, you got them there. There's a couple of other things that will happen here before I assemble it, because you screw it here now to the mounting block. Now, remember I showed you the mounting block in that first video. Here's the one here. So, just so you see how it works. So this goes over the top there now. It won't go in because there's a pin on it, but it goes over the top there now. It slides in and actually screws into these holes here with a M3.5. So, and then this mounts onto your chassis. Pretty nifty, hey? Also, the other nice thing with these are, what I like about the USA train blocks, is that they are sprung. So you have, they're springy, which is, you won't believe, if you press this thing now here, like that, you see, you think, they stiff, eh? But as soon as the weight goes onto the loco, it actually slightly compresses that spring, minutely. It just touches it. And when this thing moves on the track, because I've been lying next to tracks with a camera, I've done some time there, pretty close up, and I like to see the way that they move. And what is so phenomenal about the 34 GMs, which I wish I can do on the GE, because the GE side frame we print, they're not sprung, is if this thing is on even track, when it hits it, it has a sort of a lateral movement in it. It just sort of goes. Maybe I should have moved the camera. Who puked? Anyway, I love that about this side frame. It is really, really nice, that, because it just. Let me show you something quickly. Just walk with me. Walk with me. Let me show you on one of. You can also see the difference in the side frame now. From the old days to where I am now. I mean, and these are very highly. I was chuffed with these, eh? But you see, this was all printed, and they face the wrong way, and they just not the way I want them. And you don't have the actual boomerang going to the side frame, which I have on those now, which I will show you now how I did that. But if you touch this loco at the top there, and you just move it, you see that. Now, if you look there, and I barely touch it, you see the movements there, like that. And I'm not pressing hard. I can do this with my pinky, there with my pinky. And if you move it like that, and you see what happens is you have the sideways, almost a swagger to it, which is really, it's a nice train, eh? it's actually not a nice train. That was a body that I actually, if I say actually once more, I'm going to have a heart attack. That's a body that I told the guys is not good enough. It was lying here, and I built it for myself just for shits and giggles. So there's no detail on this thing. Okay, I did the handbrake, the chains and stuff, but I didn't go apeshit with it because I built it in like 3 days just before the last time's meet, and she performed faultlessly. I think I did the decoder in one night on that thing. It was ridiculous. But anyway, so let's go back to the video. And I'm gonna let you guys go because that's basically all I wanted to show you. Yeah. So tomorrow I'll do the other one. I'm gonna do this side tonight still. Put all these on, and then this year, these arms, that is 2mm ABS. Okay, which I cut on the laser cutter for the wagons and for everything. They look like that. You can drill a hole through that stuff. It's awesome stuff. And then you just shape it on that machine over there. You just grind it away and shape it into how you like it. The boomerang type shape, like you can see there. Okay. All right. So look, this here. It's just a little. There should be a bolt through there, but I got no obvious. All right. So that's it. Pretty, eh? Good, boys. Then we'll have another one probably tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll do the other one, and then I'll show you how they go onto the chassis. Good, boys. Tot ziens.